We are still tracking the possibility of some stronger thunderstorms sweeping through the area this evening. We're still under a marginal risk for severe weather. We'll break it all down coming up.
We're at the Rolex Kentucky 3-day event where equine enthusiasts aren't fazed by the elements, but was turnout impacted? We'll tell you.
Every one of these guys that I have met feel as though that they don't deserve this.
An Anderson County group is helping a Kentucky Marine in need of a new home.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Wrapping up April with wet weather. You're watching WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We are tracking showers and strong storms rolling through the bluegrass. Today is a First Alert Severe Weather Day here at WKYT. We begin tonight with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
And we are watching the skies out there, Kristen, for these showers and thunderstorms that are pressing through the area. Now, most of the thunderstorm activity has been off to our west, at least over the past couple of hours. But what we're going to see feeding in from our southern skies will be some heavier precipitation and more of those thunderstorms coming in from parts of Tennessee. Right now here in Lexington, it's just general rainfall coming down on the east end of town. Everybody on the west side now starting to dry things up a little bit. Now, on our big view, and you can see where these showers and thunderstorms are coming from. You can see a little more lightning associated with the thunderstorms across Tennessee. Here's the check of our high-resolution model, and you'll watch as the rain kind of works out, but then later on tonight showing a little more intensification with some of the thunderstorms that tried to come into play during the overnight and into the early morning hours. Another issue that we're going to face with this rain working its way through the area will be the fact that we've already picked up quite a bit over the past few days, and in pockets a little bit more. So now we also turn our attention to the possibility of some flooding. We're having high water issues out there, so a bit of a mess, especially since we don't catch a break tomorrow, because more showers and storms will be here. I will track those chances coming up in just a few minutes.
Rain or shine, the Rolex Kentucky 3-day event continues out at the Horse Park. Hundreds are in town for the eventing competition. Country music star Hunter Hayes is capping off festivities tonight at the All-Tech Arena. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is live with our top story at 6. Caitlin, has the rain scared away any of the crowds?
It hasn't, Kristen. The rain isn't coming down right now, but many are still walking around in their rain boots, their ball caps, and their ponchos, and they've got mud on them, but it's all part of the fun. Saturday's cross country started this morning and wrapped up a little while ago. Many traveled near and far and braved the elements to watch. We talked to quite a few people who attend the Rolex annually, and we're told crowds seem to be normal despite heavy rain at times. We've also spotted quite a few people walking around with their dogs, muddy of course, but we're told it seems there are less of those furry friends walking around this year.
And off and on, lots of rain and lots of mud, and we have some pretty filthy animals right now, but they've enjoyed a great time. They're pretty tuckered now.
It was a girls' weekend. We're enjoying ourselves. I think you have to be a true equestrian to love this and not be bothered by the mud and the rain. It's not a glamour weekend, but we had a good time.
The equestrian events have wrapped up for the day, but the fun isn't over just yet. A country concert starting right now starring Hunter Hayes, and we're going to try and sneak a listen. Live in Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Caitlin, thank you. A portion of proceeds from the concert will benefit Lexington-based nonprofit Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance. In the south, a storm system moving across Texas is producing some deadly flash flooding. 5 people died this morning in Palestine near Dallas. Police say floodwater swept away a 64-year-old woman and her 4 grandchildren. They died trying to get out of their home. Police in Anderson County, Texas say a 30-year-old man is missing. The National Weather Service says in addition to the flooding, a tornado hit the town of Lindale. The fire department there says the twister damaged at least 40 homes.
He's just reassuring me that they will reopen. He was telling me that he had just left here about 5 minutes previously, and he either called them or got a call from them and told them, hey, get to the fitting room, which is the most innermost room he had in the building. So they all got in there, and moments later, the wall and the roof collapsed on the building. But everybody's got out alive and everybody's okay.
City leaders in Lindale have issued a disaster declaration. A medical center there treated 2 people, a child and adult, for non-life-threatening injuries. Remember, you can get the latest radar, forecasts, and weather headlines on WKYT.com and on the WKYT News app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores. Back here in Kentucky, deputies in Mercer County have arrested 2 more people in connection to the murder of a teenager. The Harrodsburg Herald reports 18-year-old Zachary Lay and 18-year-old Megan Sims are charged with tampering with physical evidence in the death of 17-year-old Tristan Cole. They found Cole shot to death on Deep Creek Road earlier this month. They have arrested a juvenile classmate and charged him with murder and robbery. In Clay County, state police have arrested a man accused of shooting his girlfriend. Troopers arrested 52-year-old Samuel Cornett around midnight at a home on Skull Branch Road. They say he shot 35-year-old Alicia Ty several times during a fight that started inside the couple's home. When Ty ran to a neighbor's house, troopers say Cornett followed her inside and shot her. They say Ty is at UK Hospital in critical condition. Cornett faces attempted murder, wanton endangerment, assault, and burglary charges. Deputies in Knox County need help finding an escaped inmate. The sheriff's office says 35-year-old Dale Valentine was on work release Wednesday afternoon when he ran away. They arrested him last February on drug charges. He was also facing fleeing and evading charges. Deputies say Valentine has family in Corbin. His last known address was in London. One person is in the hospital tonight after a crash in Johnson County. The sheriff's office says Josh Johnson was driving on US 23 when he lost control and crashed. Johnson went to a nearby hospital. A passenger in his car, Kara Imes, went to Pikeville Medical Center with life-threatening injuries.
Went off the roadway. The preliminary investigation showed it did hit a rock wall, causing the vehicle to flip several times. Did come to a resting point against the rock wall. The passenger was trapped in the vehicle. She had to be removed by firefighters.
Imes is expected to survive. Deputies cited Johnson for a DUI. Bikers in Anderson County are helping a Kentucky-born Marine get a new house. Defining Forces is a group in Lawrenceburg that builds homes for double amputees. WKYT's Miranda Combs shows us how men and women are teaming up with Defining Forces to help Lance Corporal Cody Evans.
The weather this morning isn't obviously ideal for a bike ride, but it doesn't take long to realize that it's not just about the bike ride. It's about who's here. The bikes are wet. They have been sitting here all morning, waiting for the clouds to clear. So are the riders, waiting to take a trip for a man most have never even met.
It is pretty humbling.
Lance Corporal Cody Evans was 27 in Afghanistan in 2011, when his time at war stopped suddenly.
I led the foot patrol, and I'd sweep a metal detector to find IEDs. And I was clearing a compound that one day and stepped on one.
Both legs were amputated. For almost a year, he recovered in his new body at Walter Reed.
I guess, just needing help with stuff. That's the biggest thing, and one of the things that's been the hardest for me to, get accustomed to.
That's where these guys come in, part of Defining Forces that help with a soldier's journey home by building houses for double amputees like Evans. This fundraiser is for his new home in Tennessee.
Every one of these guys that I have met feel as though that they don't deserve this on what we're doing. I think they deserve a great deal more.
So even on a cloudy April day, respect for a soldier's service is clear.
Yeah, I can't tell everybody how much I appreciate them. It's especially on a day like this, it's pretty awesome.
The money raised this weekend will go toward furniture for Cody's new home. In Lawrenceburg, Miranda Combs, WKYT.
Organizers canceled the bike ride this morning because of rain, but they have a backup plan. Tuesday from 5 to 8, they will continue their fundraiser at Hill of Beans Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Cody's home will be built in May. A famous comedian is in Lexington tonight. Amy Schumer will be performing at Rupp Arena. The stand-up comedian's visit to Lexington is part of her ongoing nationwide comedy tour. Schumer's show starts at 8 tonight. Tickets are still available. We have information about the show on our website, WKYT.com. Still to come on WKYT News at 6, teachers receive some well-deserved recognition.
Rain has been moving across the area through the daytime hours today. Showers, thunderstorms will continue. There's a risk as well that we could run into some strong or even severe thunderstorms here a little bit later on this evening. Most of us have dealt with some form of rain, whether it be heavy or light at some point today. Temperatures impacted greatly by that. It's 61 down the road into Jackson. You can still see some of the steam there, some of the fog coming off the mountains. And then London at 64. There the temperature is 64. That is I-75, and you can see that 75 is still on the wet side. Same thing there in Frankfort. All of our temperatures being impacted by this. We are tracking the rain through the area. You notice some of the heavier stuff is showing up in a couple of different locations out to our south and east and off to our northwest. Here in Lexington, drying up now. The light rain has now exited the area. It's pushing through parts of Clark County into Bourbon County. We move into eastern Kentucky. And folks there in Harlan getting a decent little shower and a little thunder shower as well. It had a little bit of lightning with it earlier, and it continues to work its way overhead and will as we progress through the rest of the evening here. Somerset, just general rainfall for you as well, light and occasionally moderate. Now what we do here is we expand our view, and you can see down to our south, they're getting in on some of the severe weather activity across sections of Tennessee, southern parts of Tennessee, going all the way down into the deep south there with a few severe thunderstorm warnings. That's the origin point for more of this moisture to make its way into Kentucky over the next several hours. Marginal risk for severe weather continues for most of the Commonwealth, just a small sliver not included. So with that being said, what I expect out of that, if we get anything going, I think it's going to be hard, but if we get anything going out there, we likely have a storm that could produce some stronger winds and maybe even some hail. Tornadic threat is way low on this as far as the now setup of this system, so it's going to be extremely low. Hour by hour forecast takes us through the rest of the evening and overnight. You can see pockets of heavier rain trying their best to show up. Good thunderstorm complexes too, trying to come at us during the early morning tomorrow. We'll get a break, and that will allow our temperatures to jump back into the 70s, well into the 70s. And then a scattering of showers and thunderstorms will return again as we head into the afternoon and evening hours. Some of those might have some stronger characteristics and some good heavy downpours with those as well. We go into the future even further. We get into your Monday. Look what happens here. We are tracking showers through the area, at least a few, and we also see our temperatures are stuck into the upper 60s and low 70s in the cloudier areas. You go into southern Kentucky trying to suggest a little bit warmer. But the point is, we can see much cooler air there on Monday, but that's not all. Oh, no, we've got even more cool air coming at you in our 7-day forecast. How about leading up to the Derby? It's 63 there on Wednesday. Thursday, it's 61. And here's the thing, Kristen. I might be overdoing temperatures. They might get stuck in the 50s for highs on a few days next week.
You're saying you're exaggerating?
I might. I wasn't sold on the cool yet, but it's close enough to go in and say 50s on a couple of days.
So it might change in a couple of days.
Yeah, we'll have to watch and see if there's a little more consistency. 50s in May. Keep that in mind.
We're not going to talk about it just yet.
Okay.
Hundreds of men and women are being honored today for making a difference. Teachers from several states participated in the Teachers Who Made a Difference Award ceremony at the Good Barn on UK's campus. WKYT's Sabira Rayford talked to award recipients.
We just want it to be a day when the College of Education at UK, we say thank you.
And for 18 years, they've been doing just that with the Teachers Who Made a Difference Award.
More than anything, it's not the little award that they receive, it's just being recognized for the work they do daily for their students and the impact they're making here in Kentucky and across the country.
I'm not sure that you can ask any teacher and find that any teacher goes in it for the money, but I think that if you did ask teachers, why do you go in? I want to make a difference in a student's life.
Over 2,000 teachers have been nominated for the award since the program began. Pam Duncan is one of them, and she says being recognized has made her want to give back even more.
I walked in here today thinking that I was supposed to be reading names, and I saw that there was a need to be putting tablecloths out and moving chairs. I put my tennis shoes on. I said, let's do this. So whatever it takes to keep this going is very important.
With dozens of people in attendance today, group organizers hope to continue to grow the event. Their goal? Making teachers feel appreciated.
We really do want every teacher to know how special they are, not only in the hearts of their students, but that we all recognize them too for the impact they're making across the Commonwealth and in our country.
In Lexington, Sabira Rayford, WKYT.
197 teachers received awards at this year's event. Lee K. Howard's in next with sports. It's a big weekend, Lee K., with the NFL draft.
It is. You know, the NFL draft is just about to wrap up, and one UK player has been selected. I'll let you know who. And several Kentucky Derby horses worked out at Churchill Downs this morning. That's coming up next in sports. For the 9th straight year, a UK player has been selected in the NFL draft. Linebacker Josh Forrest was picked by the Los Angeles Rams in the 6th round, 190th overall. Forrest becomes the 4th Kentucky linebacker selected since 2008. The Paducah Tillman product led the Wildcats with 93 tackles last season. NFL teams have worked him out as an edge rusher and special teams player. EKU defensive end Noah Spence is now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Last night, Spence was taken by the Bucs in the 2nd round, 39th pick overall. Spence is regarded as one of the best pass rushers in the draft, but slipped to the 2nd round because of a failed drug test when he was at Ohio State. He turned things around as a Colonel.
We were convinced that he was the best of all these rushers. You know, the people that talk pre-draft before we get involved was that this was a draft filled with a lot of excellent rushers. We did meet with him at the combine, and we had him in and everything. Definitely a guy that had some immaturity in his life, and by his own admission made mistakes. We felt like this was the best way to go, and when we talked to him on the phone tonight, you know, the emotion in his voice, that was very real.
Before preparing for the NBA draft becomes a full-time job, Tyler Eulis is touring Kentucky on an autograph tour. Eulis stopping in Georgetown Friday. For fans, it's a way to say thank you and goodbye. At least goodbye to Eulis, playing point guard for the Cats. In line to take over is 5-star point guard De'Aaron Fox. Eulis has seen enough of Fox to be confident he'll be ready for the job.
I haven't talked to him, but, you know, I feel like he's going to be ready for this stage. He's a great player. And, you know, to give him advice, just be ready for Coach Cal. He's going to expect a lot out of you. He's got to come here and be ready to play. Kentucky expects us to win, so, you know, he's going to come ready and prepared. I feel like he's going to do great.
The NBA Combine invites have been given out. Marcus Lee and Alex Poitras are listed as alternates, according to ESPN. Lee has not hired an agent and is still eligible to return to Kentucky for his senior season. No word on Isaiah Briscoe at this point if he will receive an invite. Skal Labissiere, Tyler Eulis, and Jamal Murray, as expected, and former Wildcat Kyle Wiltshire have been invited to the Combine. It takes place in Chicago May the 11th through the 15th. Former Wildcat Dakari Johnson was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder in the 2nd round last year, and he spent the season in the Developmental League. Johnson has been named to the D-League All-Rookie team. Johnson played in all 50 games for the Oklahoma City Blue, where he averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Jockey Kent DeSormo knows how it feels to win the Roses. He's been aboard 3 Kentucky Derby winners. He'd love to make that 4 next Saturday with Exaggerator, who is trained by his brother, Keith DeSormo. The Santa Anita Derby winner has a big chance to do it. Exaggerator has the bloodlines, and Keith says the skill set that it takes to win at 1.25 miles.
Pedigree, number 1, he fits. Second of all, the way the style of running. It seems practical to me that it's more effective to be an off-the-pace horse in order to get 1.25 miles than trying to run 1.25 miles on the lead. I don't know. He checks all the boxes. He should be able to get 1.25 miles with no trouble. And of course, class comes into play, and he's shown his class.
Also working this morning, Bluegrass Stakes winner Brody's Cause working solo. He went 5/8 of a mile in a sharp 1 minute, 1/5 seconds. His trainer, Del Romans, was pleased following the workout.
He's great. It's all the heavy lifting's over. He worked super this morning. I mean, I love the way he went around there. He did it so relaxed, and it still went fast, and was recovered when he got back to the barn. And it worked out good for us because it never really started raining until about 10 minutes after we walked off the racetrack. Hopefully that's a good sign.
And Kristen, this time next week, we're going to be talking about the winner of the Kentucky Derby, now 1 week away, almost to the minute.
You got a favorite yet?
I mean, Nyquist is everybody's favorite at this point, and I think Nyquist has what it takes to win. But as we've seen plenty of times before, plenty of upsets can happen at the Kentucky Derby.
We'll be right back with a final look at weather. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $314 million, and Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $128 million.
Still tracking showers and even a few thunderstorms out there, guys, on our Defender Radar Network. Now, I want you to notice that it's not widespread, just severe action showing up out there. It's just general rainfall, at least at this moment. Now, as we progress through the rest of the evening, we might have some of this try to get a little more intense. In that case, it would be some gusty winds, maybe even some hail, but by far not one of those terrible severe weather situations expected out there this evening. Maybe isolated severe.
Just got a lot of it out there right now.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us right here on WKYT. Hope you'll join us again tonight at 11 o'clock.